Well, hello everyone. We're just sitting back and destroying Imperial walkers from the inside. Because that's what you do. Especially when you don't want to think of all the post-traumatic stress that this game has entailed. Oh, so much post-traumatic stress, Shadowblazer. So much more. I'm surprised I don't sound like Peter Lorre. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Alright, so now we are on top of the AT-AT. And you're gonna love this part, Alex, because we're going to have another one of those classic boss fights. And not with flying stormtroopers. I know that you were excited about that, Alex, but no, we're not going to do it with flying stormtroopers. Instead...
The boss fight is including flying stormtroopers.
Kind of, but... No, instead, the boss fight is with the head portion of the AT-AT walker.
That's cool.
And it's actually one of the easiest boss fights in the entire game, because all you have to do is, as long as you know how to do the saber deflection, you can literally have the head destroy itself. Boing, 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 boing.
It's like playing, what's that one game? Where, like, ping pong sort of thing.
Yep, pretty much. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people, like, when they start up Super Empire, they don't know how the saber deflect works. I know for a fact that it took a while for my brother to figure it out. Hence why he got so frustrated with Vader, because he was actually figuring out saber deflect with Vader, where you need to know it.
I see.
And so at that point, the unfortunate part is this last cannon is not in a good enough spot that you can actually take it out with the saber deflect. So you do actually have to use the blaster on this one. But as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot of damage to take it out.
Yeah, it is an easy boss.
It is
surprising.
A very easy boss.
Stage clear.
Okay, so... Are we done? No. Imperial troops have entered the base. Give the evacuation code signal and get to your transports. I'll find the princess and get her out of the Falcon. Out on the Falcon, I mean. I'm trying to be Brad Jones being Han Solo. It's not really working out so well. But hey, I can be Brad Jones when he's talking about
I love it when they look I love it when they look at you. It makes you remind you of Guybrush Threepwood.
What are you bad-mouthing Guybrush Threepwood right now?
No, I'm just saying that's just what it reminds me.
No one bad-mouths the mightiest pirate on the Caribbean. Nobody bad-mouths him while I'm around.
Who says I was bad-mouthing him, huh?
I think you were.
Right.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood, and I want to be a pirate. Or, as he says later in other games, I'm Guybrush Threepwood, and I'm a mighty pirate. Okay, so this is actually going to be kind of the Han section of the underground, or the Echo Base, where you need to get Leia out. But they added some extra segments for Han's version compared to Luke's, where you will have to do some elevators. Yes, you'll have to do some elevators, and then also these doors, which will constantly spout out stormtroopers at random rates. And so it's annoying as crap. Now, I know that Alex was looking forward to one thing, and I just have to confirm it for you, Alex.
There's Wampas.
Unfortunately, there are no Wampas.
Oh.
No Wampas. Only Shadows of the Empire did that. And they're the ones that made the impending Wampa invasion of Echo Base a reality. So
there is a deleted scene from Empire Strikes Back where C-3PO swaps like a door plate and stormtroopers actually walk in on a Wampa and Wampa kills them.
Yep.
Doesn't this make you want to play Shadows of the Empire all over again?
Indeed.
You want to know what doesn't make me want to play? Super Empire Strikes Back. I'm going through post-traumatic stress, Alex. Comfort me. Comfort me. We need to bring Baby Girl into this recording, man. I need a hug. Especially since, as of right now, so just to bring you guys up to speed, I have actually recorded all of the Empire footage. So at that point, I'm done, and it was hard, and it took a lot longer than it was necessary, but
you got it done.
We got it done. And now I can sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor, or lack thereof. I don't know. I mean, you know, I guess I could enjoy our Night Trap recording. Or go play Night Trap myself.
Yeah,
Is it fun?
not really. It's just kind of frustrating because you have to be like precise with your timing of when you can trap the bad guys.
I don't know. Maybe at some point, Andre, we will actually show it. And for you guys, you actually can go check out our bonus Gaming with the Geeks, where we return to recording together, and we did a session of Night Trap. So Night Trap 25th anniversary, you know, the game that the United States Senate decided they hated.
Yeah,
And was hated by Joe Lieberman. It was called Disgusting by Joe Lieberman.
yeah. It was decadent and disgusting.
It was decadent and disgusting. And at that point, I guess my question would be, were we playing the same game, Joe?
The answer's no, because Joe
No.
didn't play the game.
Because Joe didn't play the game. Exactly. He did not play the game, and it wasn't decadent and disgusting. It was hammy as hell.
It's no worse than a lot of horror movies at the time.
No. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because, like, I mean, it's about as hammy as like a Jason movie. I would dare say it was about as hammy as. I was about to say Miracle on 34th Street, but that's not a horror movie. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
There's too many things happening on various streets.
Only the sequels of Elm Street get kind of hammy. The first one's pretty serious.
Yeah, but eventually, like when we got into the various sequels that these guys got, I'm not
Yeah,
saying the
that's
first entries are legit, are as horror as you can get.
Yeah.
But then they started getting into the camp.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Because I think like I think it starts with Jason 2, doesn't it? Because that's the one where it's 2 where Jason goes to hell.
No, that's like 10 or so.
No, because 10 is Jason X.
Oh yeah.
10 is Jason X. So that was Jason in space.
So probably the 11th movie then in the franchise, because that was pretty late. Jason
It had to have been like 2 or 3. Like Jason goes to hell.
No, it was not 2 or 3. It was much later down the line. It was.
Okay.
Trust me, I know.
I guess I'll trust you.
Because it's like AMC only ever plays friggin' Friday the 13th every Halloween. It's kind of annoying. There's only like 80 years of great horror
do they just play
movies.
Friday the 13th, or they play all of them?
They play all of them,
Yeah, so
which is kind of annoying because there's like.
this isn't like TBS where they play 24 hours of a Christmas story.
Yeah.
Where you only play the one.
Where you only play.
Oh my! Can we all get looking forward to
No.
watching
No.
that 24?
We
My,
No.
my dad makes it.
I know he does, and that's his call. I'm not there with him. I've seen so many renditions of A Christmas Story, it drives me nuts.
Now there's gonna be a live version on Fox.
Oh, there's like a musical, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the live musical
Yeah.
version.
How much more live action can you get it?
No, not live action, like a live show.
Oh, a
Yeah,
live
they're gonna do a
show.
live show of the musical of A Christmas Story. And then you had the crappy sequel, and you had the way back when pseudo sequel in the summer, which was even dumber.
Yeah, because Charles Grodin, I think.
I find it funny. We should be talking about Star Wars right now, but no, we're talking about Christmas movies. That's what you guys can expect on
That's
Dragon
what.
Shadow.
This is why Star Wars needs to be out in May.
It really needs to kind of launch the movie season for the summer. But that's actually what's going to be happening, because we're going to get Last Jedi in like literally days at this point. But then the next one, I think, yeah, the Han Solo movie is moving to the summer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming out next May.
Or did they change it again?
No.
I don't even know anymore.
It's still set for May,
Okay, cool. And then episode 9 is still going to happen in the holidays.
probably.
Yeah.
I don't think they've locked a release date, but they're probably gonna shoot for December again.
Okay, so it's time for us to take on the boss. And the boss is, well, a stormtrooper. I think it's literally labeled a stormtrooper carrier. I don't know how you would fit stormtroopers on that thing, but okay. I think they were more interested in holding the Mario spike ball. But as you can tell, not exactly the hardest boss in the world,
Wow.
especially when you have the highest power up. So
Bum-ba-ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum.
where are we going next? Oh, there's another section in Echo Base.
Oh, come on, really?
That's kind of the other problem of Super Empire is repeated sections.
It's like you spend so much time at on Hoth.
You know,
Yeah,
'cause-
you spend about half, like I told you, you spend about half this game on Hoth, and then the other half going through Dagobah and eventually Bespin.
Yeah, you know, Empire.
It'd
didn't
be
have a lot
like
of set
probably
pieces.
1 or 2 levels of the other areas, and there's most.
No, there's more. There's more than that at Bespin, and there's a good couple of levels on Dagobah, because when we get to Dagobah, you'll have the newest introduction to the Super Star Wars series, which is Force Powers. Yeah, this was like one of the first games aside from the NES Star Wars that actually gave Force Powers to Luke, and you can get them as you go through the game. And we'll showcase them off. I didn't get all of them, I can tell you guys that much, but we'll read off the power-ups when we get there. Oh, Jiminy Christmas, I'm just... More death traps, Alex. This is driving me nuts. So I guess the first thing that we can answer is, because people are probably already gonna ask us this, we're literally, what, 3 days?
Yeah, like
3 days away from Last Jedi. The reviews are already in. I don't know if you actually saw that, Alex.
No,
IGN's giving it a 9.7.
Of course they are. But
Um,
I usually don't. If it's a movie I know I'm gonna see and know I'm gonna review, I kind of avoid reviews first. Then
I look at the scores because the way that I look at it is, I'm probably not going to agree with you anyway. Like, either I'm going to rate it higher than you did, or I'm going to rate it lower than you did. So that's the way it goes. But I did find it funny that the rating basically said that this is the best film since Empire. So like, so basically saying that. What I think they were trying to say is like there hasn't been a good Star Wars movie since Empire Strikes Back. Which is appropriate because we're playing Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, they're toting a lot there.
Yeah, that's
because Empire, like, here's
pretty
the funniest thing. I think Empire's reception I think it was about as good as like any middle movie.
Probably.
It's only later on that we've all acclaimed Empire as being the best of the Star Wars films.
Yeah, it's just more been about how time has treated the movie, and people look back on it now and love it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the reception was like back in the 80s, but I'm sure it was decently
I remember my dad
positive.
telling me it wasn't great.
What was everybody's
Like the biggest thing that people liked about it was basically the reveal. And spoiler alert, Darth Vader's Luke's dad.
Dude, spoilers for like a
know,
40.
Well, I was just wondering.
Wow, we actually missed the opportunity. I'm sorry. Go ahead and spoil it for us. Alex.
Oh, go ahead, Andrea.
Well, I was just wondering, what was everybody like? What was the thing that everyone loved?
Crap, we lost a joke because Andrea had to go over all this.
Empire Strikes Back.
Well, what was the general kind of point of view? That's what I was trying to get into, but then I was trying to tell a joke and then you ruined it.
Well, I'm just saying, what did everybody love about this one that was better than both 1 or 4?
Like at beginning reception, what I'm saying is no, they didn't. I think at that point, the one that got the most critical acclaim around that time was the original.
Yeah.
So Star Wars was the one that got it because of what it did. Empire didn't get it because you got the
different.
usual sequel bullcrap of the sequel's never better than the original. I think the only thing that was really liked at the end of it was the stakes that were set for episode 6. I think maybe even the effects for the Battle of Hoth were praised, but it was pretty much like a meh show is what they tried to do. It was just meh. It wasn't that great. And then later, 10, 20, 30 years later, that's when it got the acclaim. That's when it's considered the best of the Star Wars films. Because when you look at movies like Two Towers or Iron Man 2, like trilogies, the middle movie is usually never the one that carries it. And in this case, Empire is probably the one that carries it. And even though I have a love for Return of the Jedi, I have to admit that Empire does earn all of the acclaim it gets.
Yeah, I'd agree there, but Return of the Jedi is still probably my favorite.
Yeah, well, again, I'm a lover of the dogfights. So at that point, I'm a lover of the dogfights, so obviously that's where I would love it. It's not that I don't get the other criticisms. Yes, it's a Muppet show, and I'm okay with that.
It's not a Muppet show. It's little people in costumes.
Yes, it is.
I wish people would quit saying that. It's little people in costumes.
They're not referencing the Ewoks when they're talking about that. They're talking about Jabba.
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba's palace.
Okay,
where
yeah, that's a puppet.
There's a bunch of Muppets in there.
Yeah. There's also a lot of people in makeup and costumes and whatnot.
And
so-
also animatronic droids.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of animatronics, so people did want us to know, like, did you see that FNAF 6 was a thing? Yes, we did. Are we gonna play it? Probably not. I don't know. Oh, by the way, here's another thing that was ripped from Shadows.
An
The
ATST.
ATST fight. Except it's a little bit lackluster. I don't think an ATST was that small. Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong, Alex, but I don't think an ATST was that small.
Oh, there's like the ATPTs, which were really small.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Put away. That's probably not canon anymore. Thanks, Disney.
Thanks, Disney. Thanks, EA.
That's not EA. It's just Disney's fault.
Han, this bucket of bolts is never gonna get past that blockade.
Let's think a few surprises left in her sweetheart.
You need to take Han, man, just so we can get the gruff voice. All right, and so here's another. This was another great moment in this game because around this time, X-Wing was hot. And so that was probably like the flight simulator game for the Star Wars universe. So you got to have this kind of gameplay, X-Wing gameplay on the Super Nintendo. Even though you don't really do a whole lot.
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be us navigating the asteroid field, but really all you have to do is kind of like what you do in any other vehicle stage. Take out the allotted targets and then go to your destination. But yeah, the thing that I found funny about, back to Last Jedi, because as we were talking about, it's being lauded as basically the best film since Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, that's a really lofty.
Do you want to weigh in on that one?
I'd say...
So in between there's Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Phantom Menace. Attack of the Clones.
Revenge of the Sith.
Force Awakens. Rogue One. And now Last Jedi. So, weigh in, Alex. Has there been better movies since Empire Strikes Back?
Yes, in fact.
Which ones?
Return of the Jedi.
Yes, in fact.
To an extent, Revenge of the Sith. I don't hate Phantom Menace like everyone else does. Attack of the Clones.
I don't hate it, but I definitely don't watch it all the way through.
I like it. I still like it. I don't get why everybody hates that movie. Attack of the Clones,
Again, I don't hate it. I go to my favorite scenes and I move on.
Attack of the Clones, I liked a lot when I first saw it. These days I'm a little less enthusiastic about Attack of the Clones, but I'll still watch it if it's around. And Revenge of the Sith, I really like Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, in fact, we've had this discussion before, but they could have just done Revenge of the Sith, and I would have been okay with it because it had every portion that I needed out of it. It had the turn, it had the horrible acts that Darth Vader has committed, and then on top of that, it shows the battle with Obi-Wan to show how Darth Vader became what he was, kind of thing. But I just don't know if I buy the whole because. Okay, you and I kind of have some disagreements. Again, Return of the Jedi, we're there because I love that for the dogfights, and so I'm so hoping that dogfights return in Last Jedi. Phantom Menace, I tolerate. I don't hate it, but like I said, I go through my favorite scenes and I move on. Attack the Clones, again, I go through my favorite scenes and I move on. And one of those favorite scenes isn't actually Yoda fighting. I have problems with that. Lots of problems with it. It's not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted.
What'd you want?
I wanted... The way that I know how to explain it is like, I wanted more of the use of the Force in that, not necessarily lightsaber fighting. Because he's supposed to be like that sage. He's supposed to be that sage Jedi, and so I wish we could have had more displays of power. And unfortunately, I think we got that when we moved to Revenge of the Sith against the Emperor. But then at that point, meanwhile, in a different part of the galaxy, there's nothing wrong, R2, just setting a new course. We're not going to regroup with the others. We're going to the Dagobah system. trying to make sure we get all the text scroll. R2, where are you? So this is the point where I actually will praise the music in this. They did a really great rendition of the John Williams score.
Yeah.
Especially on songs like this. The only reason I like this song in Empire, I didn't like it when I watched it originally, but when I heard the 16-bit version, that's when I started liking it. So now we are officially on Dagobah.
We are on the Dagobah system.
We are in the... No, we're not in the Dagobah system. We're on Dagobah.
That's true. I don't know. Is system referring to a part of the galaxy, or does it refer to the planet itself?
Planetary system.
Okay.
All right, and we're actually going to continue this on in part 4.